Good morning. Thank you for joining us on Pastor's Corner. I hope you're enjoying this time of the year. As we know, things change around the holidays, hopefully for the good. I know a lot of challenges come into life this time of year, but also a lot of blessings. So we run the two rails and navigate between them, but we thank God for His patience, His mercy, His grace upon our lives. Before we get started, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, those of you that are on YouTube. Like, comment, help us out. The more that you do those things, it helps reach other people. We're going to go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, Proverbs 29, in the 18th verse. And it reads, "Where there is no vision, the people perish. Where there is no vision, people perish. The people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he." Again, what we see there is contrasts. We see the contrast of no vision and then keeping the law, which the word law we can stumble on, but normally that word law comes from the word Torah, which is the first 5 books of the Bible, the instructions that were given to Moses by the Lord. And what you see there is the ability to follow God's instructions, His ways. Now, I'm not talking about all of the exact Levitical laws. That's not what I mean. But God's kingdom, His system, the way He's designed it for us to follow, happy is He, as compared to having no vision, having no purpose, having no objective other than an objective of maybe finding pleasure, which is not purpose. And that's where a lot of people will find themselves. They'll find themselves going off into the wrong path when seeking pleasure, becomes the objective. It becomes the goal. I use the word goal there. Now, don't get me wrong, we all like pleasure in what I'll call comfort. Comfort in the way of where you're sitting, the temperature you're in, enjoying food, enjoying fellowship, relationships, family, comfort. But pleasure, which can be seeking carnal desires, chasing those things, and that becomes the goal, that becomes the purpose. And what that does is it leads one into a path of destruction. It's a path of destruction when all we do is look for pleasure. And that could come in many forms. We could go to the extreme of a drug addiction, where that drug becomes the purpose to get that whatever that drug does. And I'm not talking about prescriptions, medication, I should say, but recreational drugs that people find themselves going down that path, or whatever it might be. There's many things. Food can be that way with somebody. Now, we should enjoy our food. We should get a form of pleasure from our food, but even that, eating food, we should understand purpose in that. And what do I mean purpose in that? Purpose in understanding nutrients, that we're taking in nutrients. And there's a balance there, that you can take food, you can overdo it. And I know in the United States society, we don't normally view it that way, that you just keep eating and eating and eating and eating, and that is normal. And in what I'll say in the culture of the United States. But what it becomes is the food doesn't have the purpose that it's meant to be. It becomes strictly a form of pleasure. And it's not about the food that I want to focus on. I'm using it as an example of whatever it might be. There's just a lot of things. Uh, I'll give another one that could happen. Now the access to movies, it's so easy to access it, to find it streaming on all kinds of different platforms that you can receive that. It's changed so much as compared to anyone that's been around, like the times where you used to have to go to a video store, rent videos, and put them into a player, which sounds so uh, uh, prehistoric now. Uh, most young people probably wouldn't even know what a VCR is. How different that you'd have these stacks of videos or a whole wall of videos. Some people, and you pick one out and put it in, and you have to rewind it. How things changed drastically, turned into DVDs eventually. That became a little more streamlined. But Netflix is the one that really started the streaming uh, platform. And but there's other ones out there, and you could just go through a whole library and be at your fingertips. And which one of these platforms, you could find yourself what they call binge watching, just going hours and hours and hours of taking in entertainment, movies, uh, some series or whatever that might be, and and take a whole day or two or three, and people may find themselves doing that. That they a whole week goes by and they sleep and they eat and they may go to the store, but spend the big chunk of their time just watching entertainment, and then there's not a purpose in there other than just taking and taking and taking. I get entertainment. I get what we call a pause or a shift in our days. I get it. For myself, I have a schedule that I run, a routine I run. Um, I I could go long lengths of time and not watch a movie, and I mean like I could go months and and not not watch a movie because I have so many other things that occupy my time. Now, I do a lot of YouTube things, which is like if you're watching me on YouTube, I watch things very similar to what you're viewing right now of other speakers, and I like to hear them. I was telling my wife this the other day. I like to when I'm going to sleep, I like to hear teachings, preachings, or the Bible. I know I've shared that many times, and it'll be going, but I won't put myself on. I won't play myself, and and it's because I can't do that. Because I wouldn't go to sleep with that. I'd be picking out every little the way I'm speaking, everything I do. If my eyes are closed, I'm still hearing it, but I wouldn't do that anyways. But I'll listen to other people, or like I said, the Bible, and I could tell in the voices because sometimes you don't have the visual of it. A lot of young people are doing this. You could tell in their voices they're younger people, um, which is fine. But there's hearing somebody that has been around a little longer, and you can tell the experience in the voice and what they may have been through. I like to listen to them. I'll find educational things. I'll study things. I'll study many things throughout well my time, and I just it doesn't matter how old I am. I look at it as I have to continuously learn. I have to learn in all these different areas. And I'm glad research is so easy now to find. And something comes across and I'll do research, I'll read about it, or I'll go and look at a YouTube explanation of something, but that's what I'll take in. And what? It has purpose. It brings purpose to me. And I don't learn for the sake of giving it back out. And I hope this makes sense. I just learn and learn and learn. And when it's needed, I could pull from it. And and I understand I may learn a lot of things that I never share with anyone because it never has its purpose of sharing. But it helps me to advance within myself as yourself, as you take in and you learn different things. And that's my goal here. I have a goal to deliver something that helps you to advance wherever you are. And going with this thought today about purpose, having vision, having goals. Well, goals should lead to a vision, to a dream. It should lead. Now, goals are for ourselves. We have goals for ourselves. Visions and dreams is for everybody else that we impact the world around us, how big or how small that might be. But when that is not there, it says the people perish. You go backwards when you don't have purpose. You don't give. You don't produce. You're not helping, if I could say that, helping other individuals in life, and not understanding. Okay, what is my purpose? What's my purpose? What's your purpose? Now, I'm going to say what our purpose is not. Our purpose is not here to seek pleasure. That's not our purpose. Can we be happy? Yes. The Bible right there says, happy is he that followeth the law, that keepeth the law, I should say. Happy is he. Yes, there's a happiness. There's what I define as peace. There's a peace, being in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. There's a peace, there's a fulfillment, there's a contentment, as compared to just taking and taking and taking and seeking pleasure after pleasure after pleasure. And to what end? To what end? And I understand that everyone's going to be at the same level of giving and doing things, and that's fine. But all of us, every single one of us has the ability to give in different ways, to have purpose, to help other people's lives. And I give this example. There's those people that look at it and say, what's the least minimum I could do? Is it possible for me to do zero, to give nothing to anybody? Just nothing to nobody's going to get anything from me, zero. I'm going to just hoard, I'm going to take, I'm going to just hold on to everything that comes to me. And I call that fear. It's a fear to give. And they just hoard and they give like a child that wants all the candy, a child that won't share their toys. They want everything for them. They don't want anyone else to get a present, a gift in these days we're celebrating right now. Like a child, that's how they are. They don't understand giving. They don't understand putting out for other people. I'm saying a child, but then become an adult and have that same mindset. What's the bare minimum, the zero I can give if possible, as compared on the other side, swinging the pendulum? What's the most I can do? How much can I give? How much, what's in me to give? How much can I bless people around me, around my life? How much of a giver can I be without being stomped on or taken advantage of, which takes some wisdom, yes, but that we give, that we understand there's people that we can bless their life. We have something, and I'm not just talking monetarily, I'm just saying our wisdom, our knowledge, our presence, our inspiration, and understanding that and viewing that with a vision. I think about this when I enter a public place. I think about it. I enter a public place and I'm coming across strangers, people that don't know who I am. I don't know who they are. But I walk in, I enter in with the understanding that what am I walking in with? What am I bringing in? And everybody may be guarded, everybody may be uh, just in their own bubble, and there may be a lack of interaction, which is fine, but walking in and showing a different light, being a light. And you see a clerk that serves you at the store or at a convenience store, wherever you may enter getting food, and hello, how you doing? How's your day? And you just a small gesture, some interaction. Uh, I I can read people fairly well, and sometimes I could look at a gentleman and say, okay, I could tell this gentleman is okay. I could just see that if I maybe crack a little joke, interact, and then others you could tell that you got to watch what you say as far as engaging, lest they push back on you hard, and in that balance, and I it's life. It's what I call reading the room, but I'll look at somebody and can tell that they're working hard, they're doing their job, and some people may not appreciate it, but I want to appreciate it. I want to appreciate what they're giving, what they're doing, and and I say this: somebody working at a fast food restaurant or a restaurant in general, or like I said, a convenience store, they're working hard in most cases. They're working hard. They're putting out their time, their effort. They're trading their time for money. Can I be a blessing to them? Can I uh, can I show some type of appreciation for them taking that time? Yes, they're getting compensated. Go to a walk-up counter, maybe you get food or a service, and it has the tip thing there. And a lot of people get angry with that. And I don't know why that should bother anybody, but that it offers you the option to tip them. Myself, if I'm getting food, even if I'm on counter, I'm going to tip them. And I realize it goes into like a collective thing there, and they probably share it, the workers share it. But I understand that's extra money that is above what they're getting. Now, a server in a restaurant, they depend on tips in the United States. That's how it works, and that's how they get paid. They may get like $2 an hour, which is basically nothing, but they rely on tips. I don't want to get into that, but the ability to bless them, to make a difference, to give to them, and to be cordial, to be respectful, to treat them uh, like you would like to be treated, like I would like to be treated. Yes, to think about that. And what am I saying? That there's purpose in all those things. There's purpose in all those things. And then when we're amongst people, around people, are do we understand having purpose to serve, to give, to bless, instead of just take, and just take? That there's someone in your life, and that you know in your life that you could say, this person, they give to me. They bless my life. They you just know that they'll go out of their way for you if you're in need, that they will go out of their way. How many people like that do you have in your life that you just know that they're that type of person that you can just give to them? I shouldn't say that, that they will give to you. You just know they will give to you. They're that type of person. Uh, You appreciate that. Hopefully, you appreciate that in your life, as compared to someone that you just know they take. And every time that they do engage with you, it's going to be with the purpose they have of taking from you. And it doesn't just have to be money, it could be they're just going to give you a lot of negative things that have happened in their life and all those different things, as compared to somebody that you just know they know how to bless, they know how to give. And this is coming to a place of understanding purpose. Understanding purpose. Understanding my purpose is not to seek pleasure. I must say that again. To not make our purpose to seek pleasure, but that we have a purpose of fulfilling what God has put us on earth for. To give, to bless, to be that light. We weren't born into this world to just see how much pleasure we can seek. And again, I understand we all like comfort. I like comfort. But I realize I won't fulfill purpose. I'll fulfill purpose until I exit this world. That I want to fulfill purpose. And when I walk into purpose, there is a contentment that comes with that. And I have to believe that you get the same thing. When you fulfill purpose, you get a contentment. You get a satisfaction. You get a completeness that happens as compared to getting back to binge watching uh, shows all day, all week, all break time for people. Having 2 weeks off and spending the whole 2 weeks just binge watching. And some people say, well, that's what I want to do. But how do you feel at the end of that? How do you feel as compared to we get up and we do something with purpose, that we bless other people's lives, which you may be able to connect the dots. That's why I'm sitting here right now. That's why I do this. I do this because I want to bless other people's life. It's the whole reason I do this. I'm sitting behind here. I'm carving out this time. I'm sharing. Later on, we'll be here in person, and I'll continue to pour out. I have a different message that's not based. That's not related to this one. It's my messages come in different ways, but it came to me in prayer this past week, and there was an epiphany that I had. I had an epiphany, and epiphanies are a good thing, but that's not what I don't sit there and say, okay, I want an epiphany. I want to give you an epiphany, but the epiphany today could be that you understand, boom, pleasure is not purpose. Fulfilling my purpose on this earth brings a contentment. Happy is he that keepeth the law. Happy is he that walketh in that purpose, and understand walking down that path, the path of giving, the path of blessing. It is more blessed to give than to receive, which is hard for our carnal minds to comprehend. Our carnal minds can't comprehend that. It struggles with that. It's the spiritual mind that can understand. The spiritual mind can understand it's more blessed to give than receive. And when you come across an individual that hoards, you come across an individual that's fearful to give, it's because their spiritual mind is very, the level is very low. It's their carnal mind is very high, and so it's like hoard. It's hold on to everything I have and don't give, don't help, don't bless. It shows, and that's the spiritual mind would understand that it's more blessed to give than it is to receive. That giving purpose is a contentment other than the carnal mind will believe pleasure is the purpose. Pleasure, 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 pleasure. Seek pleasure, seek pleasure, seek pleasure, and not understand that going down that path can take us right down that path of destruction. Destroy ourselves. It doesn't just have to be a drug addict. We can destroy ourselves for a lack of ability to understand this and destroy our temples. We destroy our temples because we don't understand that purpose of following purpose instead of pleasure. And that pleasure is actually working against us, destroying our own selves, our own temples. Anyways, that we step back and can let the spiritual mind comprehend this, because the carnal mind can't. The carnal mind can't understand that. The carnal mind understands pleasure and seek pleasure and give me more pleasure. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday morning. Like I said, if you don't mind subscribing to our YouTube channel, if you're not on YouTube and if you find yourself going there, you could find us at New Creation Church AZ. You'll find us if you put that in the search, and then just hit the subscribe button. It'll help us out. Like, comment. If you would like to bless us financially, yes, um, financially to help us out, you could text 77977, New Creation AZ, New Creation AZ 77977. There's other ways that should be on the screen that you can bless us. For what purpose? So we can continue to bless other people. All of this costs, everything here costs, and costs are going up as everything changes in the monetary system. So does our costs here at the vineyard, that our property, 1363 South Vineyard, we refer to as the vineyard, meaning it's the property. And it costs us money, and the money that comes in, we just put right back out. It comes in, we just put right back out. I don't I don't take any of the money. I live a life of giving, and the money goes right back. The money that comes in goes right back into this ministry. The more money that comes in, the more we can do. If there's so much that we would like to do, but it takes resources, and if you were touched in your heart to bless us so that we can move that along to bless other people, we thank you. For those of you that don't, we thank you for your prayers. We thank you for your support, all of you. Hope you have a blessed day. We will be back here in person, as I mentioned, at 12 o'clock noon, um, and doing this in person. But we thank you for joining us online, and have a beautiful day.